What's up this week?
Another week, another episode.
I was going to say another day, another dollar, but like, that's...
I mean,
you're exactly swiping today.
I was going to say, how many weather changes did we get this week?
Oh, wow. But there's been a lot of sun.
17!
Literally.
Make up your mind, Mother Nature.
I never know
Just give us
to
the summer.
wear in the morning.
It's smart layers.
Right. Yes.
You need to be able to go down to the t-shirt and layer up.
But then it's also far past that now, because now you have to consider like the material.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Smart layers.
It's like not even just material.
No, you can't have a fleece-lined jacket in this weather anymore. It's too much. Unless that lining comes off and you have a bag to put it in. Like, you have to be more thoughtful.
Yeah.
You need a hood.
Right? Yes. Intentional layers.
Yeah.
Intentional.
And like maybe an umbrella.
Yeah.
Yeah, if it's compact.
Yeah. It's a lot of stuff. Essentially, you have to have a big bag with you. Big bag of weather tricks, clothing tricks.
It's like a survival kit.
It's giving Mary Poppins. Yeah. It's giving Mary Poppins.
Okay, so Filipino phrase of the week. No natural transition there, but
felt natural.
Yeah.
Salamat sa lahat.
Oh, that's a nice familiar one.
I know it's not a little rough on the tongue. I think everybody can say it.
Yeah.
What does it mean?
Thank you for everything.
Oh,
salamat sa lahat.
So guys, salamat sa lahat
Salamat
to you guys.
sa lahat. Ang kaibigan ko.
My kababayan.
Ang kababayan ko.
Are you fluent?
Right?
Salamat sa
Something like
lahat.
that.
Salamat sa lahat for tuning in.
Yes.
Because we have an amazing episode lined up for you guys today, which I'm really excited about.
So fitting, actually, this tagline, this Filipino phrase of the week for what we're going to talk about.
Right.
Right? I'm going to lead into that.
Yeah.
Healthcare, right? We're going to talk about healthcare today.
Yes.
Which is huge in our culture.
100%.
Let's be real. It is what it is.
Very, very big. What does it mean to you as a Filipina?
I definitely feel pride when I think about the nurses that we have in healthcare. I totally did like a semester.
Oh my
no, I did a full year, full time.
that.
Yeah, because I came out of high school. I didn't know what I wanted to do. All my titas and titos were like, be a nurse. I said, okay, I've babysat my siblings before. I can do this. Little did I know. But no, I did a full year of school. I did one semester in placement. And then, after that, I had a realization that maybe this field wasn't for me, but I have so much respect for the people that are in that field because
100%.
it takes a lot. It's a special type of person to sign up. It's a huge responsibility. So shout out to y'all.
That's amazing.
It's definitely a level of selflessness.
Oh,
and
1,000%.
I have a lot of cousins in the health field, so it is that pride of just like, just knowing you have so much family that is just outsourcing this level of care.
Yeah.
So it's definitely pride would be the number one.
For sure.
That's amazing.
And to be like universally known as like, let's be real, like
A
I'm not gonna
caregiver.
say
We got you.
Yeah, it's true.
it goes without saying.
Yeah.
Is what
It's
I'm
so
saying.
Okay, well, we actually have very special guests with us today. We have SEIU in the studio today, the Service Employees International Union. They're actually headquartered here in Richmond Hill. I don't know why I said here. We're in Markham right now. So they're headquartered in Richmond Hill.
Yes.
Right, and they've been active in Ontario for 70 years. And they're representative of 60,000 healthcare workers in the industry.
That's amazing.
And they have regional offices that span all across the province, from like London, St. Catharines, Thunder Bay, North Bay. Like, they're all around the place, and it's fantastic. Today we're going to hear from three very special individuals.
Not one, not two, but three.
Hey.
First person we're going to hear from is Jackie, the Vice President of SEIU Healthcare. Then we're going to hear from Jessica, who's a very passionate brand journalist and an advocate for the Filipino community. And then we're going to hear from Michael, who is the API VP. I just want to make sure I get this correct. VP of the API caucus in Canada, which is amazing. So
I love this.
I'm just so excited about what we're going to hear today. We're going to be talking about the strength and resiliency of Filipinos in healthcare and giving them that recognition that they deserve. So we'll talk about that in just a moment.
Get ready.
Welcome back. We're going to kick off today's episode with Jackie Walker.
Hi, everyone.
Hi, thank
Hi,
you for joining
Jackie.
us
Hi,
today.
Jackie.
Thank you for having me. I'm really honored to be here.
Oh,
We're honored to have
awesome.
you.
yeah, honestly.
I
thank
feel
you.
like I'm fangirling a little bit from
What?
watching you.
We're fangirling for you, Miss
Yeah.
DJ Walker, aka we were talking about nicknames earlier.
AKA First Lady.
There we go.
Okay.
Hello.
VP.
Oh, she
Right?
classy.
Yeah.
That's the one, though.
Very much so. VP
Love
of
it.
SEIU Healthcare in the house.
And
in
we
the
say
studio
letters.
today, right? My goodness. So tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yes.
Tell the people want to know.
Sure. So yeah, you know my name. I'm Jackie Walker.
Yeah, we know your name.
Executive Vice President at SEIU Healthcare. I started out in healthcare in the laundry room at a nursing home in Scarborough called Shepherd Village.
Oh wow.
I had
Scarborough.
deep, and I had a lot of personal support workers, nurses, environmental service people encouraging me to like not be there next summer.
Oh.
And eventually I applied to school. I became a nurse and a registered practical nurse.
There we go.
Oh my
Specific.
goodness.
And then one day I needed my union because my boss was treating me like I was replaceable and I was just a number. And I called my union and I was like, yo, I need help.
Yeah.
And they were like, do this, try this, and let us know how it goes. And they connected me with people who could support me.
Yeah.
And we righted some wrongs. And then I got hooked on
So you're a superhero, right? She comes in, she saves the day, she got you if something goes down.
No, it was other people. It was people in my union who came in
Yeah.
and swooped in because I was like, what the hell just
Yeah.
happened, you know? So yeah, that's a little about me. I'm a daughter. I'm a sister, and I was born and raised in Scarborough, which I feel like there's a lot of Scarborough vibes
You know, we
here.
got a soft spot for
yes.
Scarborough now.
Absolutely. That's amazing. You've been a nurse. You were a nurse for over 20 years.
Don't say that too loud, because
For years.
Right.
Yeah.
Which is
this is not the spot for not too loud.
yeah, right. So I mean, walk us through, because this is like you just gave us like a great synopsis of your history there, but like I feel like there are so many pivotal moments, especially growing up, like starting from the laundry room
Yeah.
of a PSW. That's kind of like I don't hear these stories often. I don't think any of us do. When you work your way up to the top, executive VP. When did you know that you wanted to be, or that you were headed there? Did you know?
Yeah.
no, I didn't know. I just didn't say no, right? Like somebody was like,
Love that.
go to school. And I was like, yeah, I should go to school. And then it was like, become a PSW over the summer. Yeah, get some experience. Like, I feel like I just kept saying yes to opportunities
But the
and
opportunities
to
were arising,
things.
yeah.
And yeah. Yeah, so like, no, it wasn't my plan. I wasn't like, yo, I'm going to wake up and become a nurse and
I'ma
then
run
VP
this
is
show.
it. Yeah, that's where I'm heading.
No, it happened. Like it happened.
It's almost like the universe aligned you, and you followed the alignment.
Yeah, because it's one thing to be in healthcare. It's a whole other thing to want to support other workers who may have experienced some of the
Exactly.
same tribulations that you were.
Well, you know, my mom was a nurse, or she is a nurse. She works at I won't say the hospital name, but in Scarborough also. But she's a nurse. And I was like, oh, she can be a nurse. Like, I could do that. I can do what my mom does, right?
Love that.
Shout out, Mom.
Shout out to moms and like working evenings and us like waiting for her to get home, right? Like that sort of life. But yeah, I did it to help people. I had a passion for like seniors, you know? I like working in the laundry room. My favorite part of the job was going up to the floor and dropping off clothes. And so I got involved in like senior care, which is like a lot of people don't think it's like sexy or interesting,
but
but
so
it's
important.
like it's so important, and it's like it fills you up, you know. It's
sure.
hard, but it fills
Don't
you up.
doubt it, yeah.
And so yeah, I just like, you know, me, like many healthcare workers, like we care about people, you know. Like, yeah, it's a good way to make money and have a stable
sure.
job in most places, but most people are doing it because they care, right?
Yeah.
I think the passion or that care is what distinguishes it from, like, yeah, some people do sign up for it to be a job, but to be a good nurse, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like that's kind of a differentiator. So,
What do you think is the most important part of being a part of a union like SEIU? What has been kind of that game-changing moment that you've seen in over people's careers?
Yeah, so I'll say for me, and I know a lot of women in my union, like the union has changed their life.
Wow.
It's changed their perspective of like one, what they do every day, like that it really, really matters, you know?
Yeah.
I used to tell, like I'm a shy person. My first union thing, I went and I sat at the back of the room and I waited until they're like break, and then I ran outside and I went in my car and I sat there by myself because I was like a shy person. And so the union, my union, it helped me like develop confidence, which is what I think we try to do for a lot of women.
Yeah.
Because trust me, to sit across from your boss and be like, no, that's not fair. This is what's fair. And this is what we expect you to do going forward. Like you have to have some confidence to do that, right?
Absolutely.
So
Excuse me.
the majority of our union is women. So we do a lot of that, like
I love that.
confidence building.
And you show
Yeah.
up differently when you know you're backed up by,
Yes.
Totally.
you know, an awesome team.
Totally. Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, I love that. Like hit my soul a little.
I know, right? I think this is the part of healthcare that we don't really think about. It's just like these people are caregiving to us and our loved ones. Who's caring for them? And the answer is you guys,
Yeah.
right?
Each other, really.
Yeah,
like,
that's
you know,
amazing.
like really like unions, like a lot of unions are like, I'm gonna call my union, right? But I think we're different. Like we when we're like developing ourselves and developing leaders, we're like, we are the union. There's nobody coming on a horse to save anybody, right? Like we're linked together and we lift each other up and we fight together, we win together, we have fun together too.
Yes.
Wow.
Spoken like a VP.
Yeah, right? Wow. Just redefined union for me. I think that's a word that's definitely lost on some of us. But that's
Absolutely.
such a beautiful thing. Oh my goodness. So, okay. This is Tita Salita. This is a Filipino podcaster on FTV. What does it mean to you to see so many Filipino healthcare workers in your union?
It means like we're actually doing what unions are supposed to do, which is have our leadership represent our membership. Like 15 years ago, there wasn't a Black girl from Scarborough leading our union, right? And in 15 years, there will be a Filipino woman from somewhere in the GTA or somewhere in Ontario leading our union, right?
Yeah.
And for me, that's what it means. And that's why I wanted to be more involved in the union, because I wanted to see more people who I was like slugging it with,
Yay.
like, you know, doing the work too,
Yeah.
right? And make sure that our environment is a place where like everybody feels welcome and everybody knows that they're a part of us moving forward. That's what it means to me. Like in healthcare, the stats say 30% of healthcare workers are from like API, Asian Pacific Islanders, right? I don't know the number on specific Filipinos, but it's a lot, right? Like it's a lot.
That is a
Shout
lot.
out to Ronaldo, my first preceptor.
Hey.
Hi.
Hi, Ronaldo. Shout you
Taught me a
out.
lot.
Amazing. What role do you see Filipinos playing in the future of healthcare in Ontario?
Any role they want.
Talk about
Say it again.
Really,
Into the mic. Into the mic.
literally any role. You know, we have a lot of people in our union who are not Filipino, right? And a lot of people who come to our union from other unions, right? From different walks of life. And one of the things I say to them is like you're a white man, right? You want to come, you want to be a part of this amazing movement.
Yeah.
Are you willing to mentor people who don't look like you? Are you willing to like mentor people who have a different accent from you, right? So
Wow.
I feel like making sure that we are like intentional about like making space for people, which is like why like I was like, I'm gonna come, but like let me get my little 1-2 in there and let me get out of here so Michael and Jessica can really like, you know, represent, because I feel like welcome here, but like I know like I don't need to be in every space. You know?
Right.
I'm grateful to be here.
The true
What a
definition of
leader,
team.
right?
Right,
What
exactly.
a leader. Creating
Spoken
space
like a
on the
true
stage
leader.
for other people, literally. That's literally what you're doing here today. So thank you so much. If there's anything, what's the one thing that you want the community watching to know about SEIU and the healthcare space?
Wow, one thing. One thing.
No
three.
pressure.
You can ask some more if you want.
I know.
I got one thing. I got
Couple
one
high
thing.
points.
because of who we are, because of who our members are, we are the biggest, baddest union in Ontario.
Hey.
And
Talk
we
about it.
are not showing up like other unions, and we are not, you know, we kind of write our own rules, right? And so the way things have been done in the union world for the past 70 years plus, that's not the way we are leading as a union in Ontario. So we're shaking things up, and like we want people to come along with us. Like if you ever felt like you weren't a part of something before, this is where you can be a part of something.
Thank you so
Jada.
much.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you
Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
All right.
And we're here with our second guest today. So excited. Jessica Carey.
Thank you.
Right?
Thank you. Yeah, no, I'm just so used to people introducing me as Jessica Lagman.
I almost said it. I'm not going to lie.
But I always tell people, like, through the union, I actually learned that you pronounce my name Lagman, which
Oh.
nobody says. Nobody
Ayan.
will.
Lagman.
Yeah,
Lagman.
from
Okay.
Pampanga.
Galing,
So
galing.
they'd be ashamed of me right now for not saying it. But yes, Jessica Carey is my married name.
Wow.
Nice.
Amazing.
Sounds super pute.
You're actually the reason.
We used to say Tita Salita.
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
everyone was like, say it properly. We're like,
Yeah.
okay, sorry, Tita Salita.
Yeah. Right. So you're actually the reason why we're here today with SEIU. We're so grateful
Yes.
that you reached out and educated us and brought SEIU to the table, literally.
Oh, no worries.
So modest.
My pleasure.
But like social media is great, but just like following you guys, especially you, Camille, because I went to high school with you. It's good, right? And
Yeah.
this is kind of what we're here to talk about, like reclaiming our pride.
Yes.
So I was very happy that you guys were doing this, and I'm happy that we were able to connect about SEIU.
Oh, yay.
And we're happy that you're here.
Yeah.
And that was always our goal when we started.
Yeah, exactly. And you are a brand journalist and also advocate for the Filipino community. So what led you there?
It was actually, we were starting our API Summit, which we'll talk about more later, but I was going through the stats, and I'm actually going to scroll and find them.
You know I love stats.
This is our stat queen right here.
We were going through the stats, and I think meeting our members, at first, like you have a trickle of, and then you see the ones that you see a lot of. And knowing that so many of them reminded me of like my tita and my mom and even like my grandmother. I'm like, okay, there's a lot of representation here, and my job solely is to tell their stories. So it gets really emotional, and even like when you're writing a member story for them and then you see them perform on stage with like confidence and passion, it makes you so emotional, like hearing what they have to say, especially their immigration stories to Canada.
Oh,
But
Don't make us cry.
Okay,
Like,
sorry,
we're just
I'm
starting.
sorry.
1 minute in.
But the big stat that came out to me was from Stats Canada 2022. Filipino workers, specifically women, are the lowest earning workers in a marginalized group. So, yeah, it's
I was
shocking.
today years old. Like,
And so initially what I had
That's
done,
crazy.
so like just to give you some numbers, I don't have the chart with me. I don't know if I have time. Can I pull it up?
Of course.
Sure.
yeah, of course. Pause.
Right? Just a little dance.
Sorry, guys.
No,
Yeah,
that's fine.
time out.
I had no idea. I honestly
I
had
didn't
no
know
idea
that.
I didn't know
they
that.
were the lowest paid.
That makes my heart
That-
hurt a little bit.
Right? Oh my gosh.
Oh.
Who would have thought?
Yeah, it's a pretty shocking stat. So like Filipinos, the female average is $24.53, but the wage gap is like minus 29.9%. So of all racialized workers, we still make below. So all racialized workers are $27.26, but for the total population, it's $29.65.
Oh, wow.
And it's specifically like Filipino women make less than Filipino men. Yeah, so it was like a shocking stat, and I only realized this like a few months ago working with our research team, but it made me really emotional.
For
Yeah.
sure.
And then, so I like
cry.
threw it in the chat with my family, we have a fam chat. And I'm
course.
like, hey guys, like, how does this stat make you feel? See if I can agitate a little bit and kind of gauge how they're feeling, because we're
Yeah.
all different generations.
For sure.
My brother and sister were like, this can't be right. Like, this is like out of date. It's 2025. I'm like, this was
Honestly.
only 3 years ago. So
Yeah.
Stats Canada, I'm pretty sure it's accurate. And then my dad, again, was shocked, but he's like, oh, it's because we're so nice.
Yeah.
You know, so then leaning into like our stereotypes and stuff. So,
Yeah.
but for me, it made me emotional, it made me really sad, like almost cried. I'm like, wow, like my people that look like me, like we're at the bottom of the barrel. Like, that's really sad. So,
That makes
I'm so emotional
I'm so
right now.
sorry.
Yeah. And just
Well, we
knowing
were
No,
raised
no,
to be
but we-
Tahimik.
Yeah, that's true.
yep. and we'll talk about that a lot more. There's so many stereotypes that come with being Filipino. But then I looked at another stat, which was union coverage, and racialized women who have coverage for unions make $30. So that's $4 more. And if you keep digging, African American women and Filipino women are most represented by unions. Wow. So that just gives you like a little perspective of how important a role unions play for these groups.
Wow. That's my whole identity right there.
Yeah, honestly.
Wow. My goodness.
But that's kind of what led me here. Like I wanted to be able to tell my titas, my lolas, like, hey, like this is where we are right now. And I showed it to my daughter. I'm like, how does it make you feel? And she like had such an immediate reaction. And she's like, it makes me feel really scared that I'm not going to be able to get a good job. So yeah, that's what we're kind of dealing with. And it's like, okay, so how do we change that? And that's why I wanted to come on today.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I actually need a tissue.
Yeah, I think we need some tissues on set
Sorry,
right
guys.
now. No, this is great because you know what? If we don't talk about it, how can we know? How can we change? Exactly like what you said. Like how do we get to that next step? Because this doesn't have to be our story forever, right? It's been our story for a long time, but it doesn't have to stay that way. And thanks to people like yourself and SEIU and everyone that we're going to be speaking to today. So I don't even know where to start. I have so many questions. Like, how do we break this cycle? What are some of the stereotypes? I know you're going to touch on all of this. Like, just lay it on us. Lay it on us.
We can think out loud. So like when we say like Filipinos are hard workers, we take the extra shifts, we put our head down, we just kind of like do what we are given because we're so thankful. And, you know, we can talk about like immigration mindset first. And thanks to Michael, I've been able to work with our API caucus, which mostly contains Filipino women between, I would say, like their 40s and their 60s. So there's like a lot of insight there. All of them were immigrants. And we were talking at the table, and when we were talking about the immigration stories, somebody had said like, oh, like this just sounds like a normal immigration story. And you can see like the desensitization, almost like, oh, like that was hard, but that's what everyone goes through, so it's okay. So I think that's like the first cycle we need to break is like, how do we break down that your hardships are truly hardships and you shouldn't be going through this, and like give you support during this time instead of making it feel like you have to go through this to like become a Canadian citizen or
You're worthy, period. You're like,
I don't even know what to say. I don't know what to say. As you know, I work in real estate, and I just finished working with a client who is new to the country. So like, and just hearing his story and how excited he is to be here, like, it's a fresh immigration story that I just heard, just supported. So to hear you say that there's so much desensitization, like I'm disgusted. I don't know what other word to use. Like that's very scary, and to me it's disgusting. Wow.
So when you talk about like the external stereotypes of like what our community expects of Filipino people. So we always say like natural caregivers, we're quiet. One word that always sticks out that really hurts my heart is obedient, loyal. So these are things like that have come into conversation from other like API community, like when they're talking about the stereotypes, like be grateful, don't challenge authority. And we're always told to be like respectful, especially of like our elders, which makes it really hard for us to break those cycles. Because how can we do that without disrespecting like our lolas and being like, sorry, not gonna do it that way.
Right.
So do you find that there's a bigger hurdle, I guess, amongst the younger generation compared to the older generation just because of that respect level?
I think it's definitely shifting, and I've been talking about like generational shifts for a little bit this past month, but the way that I frame it is like our parents' generation and the ones above them, they're like the survival generation. So like trauma, like just putting food on the table, like they're just trying to survive. So even if they're dealing with that things, like they can't deal with it, they don't have time to deal with it. And then we're like the healing generation, like, oh, let's go to therapy and listen to podcasts. And
let's have the conversation.
Exactly, right?
Talk about emotions.
And we're like good at setting boundaries, which is like a foreign concept to our parents.
For sure.
And then our children are like the freedom generation. So like we're like the bridge of the gap between like the elders and like the youth or like our children now. And so it's like, okay, like how do we, even during these conversations with the API group, like we have to carry these conversations, no shame, no blame. Like, oh, it's because like my mom did this and that's why I am the way I am. But we have to understand that if we're not willing to break that cycle, then we can't move forward. And ultimately, like the path for our children, like it's not going to be a brighter one if we keep carrying that down.
Definitely.
Amen. Talk about that generational.
I like when people are like generational trauma, and we're like,
I didn't say that.
Definitely.
But yeah.
Wow. Okay, well, I guess before we end the segment, I really want to hear more about this API Summit because, wow,
So
are you doing
exciting.
something great?
So it's in June, just before Filipino Heritage Month celebration on June 14th at Downsview Park. And what we're doing is it's going to be, I want to say like 90% of like API members, and the API umbrella is like huge. People don't really know, but here like it's mostly focused on the community of the Filipinos, and our members are a big representation of that. So it's really, we're going to be teaching them how to like reclaim their stories, using their cultural heritage, their ancestral stories, how they grew up to really move and motivate people during this time. Because I think especially with unions, we have like union conversations, like better wages, benefits, but it's also about like a better life. And like a union can help you and pave that way through so many different opportunities. And this is also about like leadership. Like Filipinos, we're not just trying to be a part of the conversation anymore.
No.
We're trying to be at the head of the table, leading the conversation. And I want all, mostly like, I would say titas, my ates, to realize like, you're able to do this. It's not too late to like change how you think about things. And like, if we do want our daughters and our sons to have like a better life, there's so many cycles that need to be broken, but the representation at the table needs to be there. And we talked about this the other day, but somebody's like, why should I do it? Like, why should, like, they're never gonna listen to me. They just wanna fill like that seat of like diversity, have like a Filipino person there. And I told my tita, it's about representation. Let's say they never, ever take your opinion seriously. But if somebody that looks like you sees that, hey, like, you know, she's in leadership, she's a supervisor, that will motivate them, and eventually, like, that will lead to change.
That's empowering to see that, for sure.
What a spirited note to end on. My goodness. I just feel so inspired, so emotional, but so inspired to make a move. And I'm so grateful that we get to
That was powerful.
join you at the API Summit this summer. So thank you so much.
You accept the seat.
Yeah, right?
I'm honored. Like, wow. I have shivers.
Right? Okay. For these next two segments, we are joined by Michael, who is the VP and Senior Organizer of the API Caucus in Canada.
Ooh. Thank you for having me here today.
Of
Thank
course.
you for coming.
Yeah. We love having you here. Thank you. So you have a big role. It's amazing. What's the vision for your role here?
So the vision for my role is to amplify all Filipino workers in healthcare.
Wow.
Amplify their voices. Let them speak up.
Amazing. What brought you to this role?
So I was a member at St. Michael's Hospital doing patient transport.
Oh, nice.
And I got involved with my union, SEIU Healthcare. I believe it's a strong union. I became activist until I become where I am right now.
Right.
Amazing. Amazing. Why specifically do you think it's important to amplify the API voices?
You know, being Filipinos, like we're all silent, right? We don't speak up. We just say yes to whatever task they give us, right?
Yeah.
So I think nowadays, this is the time where, you know, we need to speak up because like we believe that Filipinos play a big role in healthcare.
Huge.
They absolutely do. They absolutely
Large.
do. Right? So just to kind of help paint a picture for us and for everyone that's watching, what does the Filipino landscape in Ontario's healthcare system look like right now?
So according to Statistics Canada, Filipinos are the third largest Asian population in Canada, over 970,000 nationwide, and 360,000 in Ontario.
Wow.
Okay.
And did you know that Filipinos are heavily represented in healthcare jobs? We are essential in healthcare. PSWs, home care workers, long-term care nurses and staff, and 1 in 20 nurses in Canada is Filipino. Wow. And many were on the front lines during the pandemic.
So
goodness,
crucial,
right?
So essential.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Why do you think so many Filipinos enter the healthcare industry in Ontario?
Well, we demonstrate our cultural value of care. We care and we are giving.
Yeah.
So I remember when the Live-in Caregiver program was first introduced, it is a pathway for Filipinos to have like a stable job and more paying work for the workers, especially in healthcare.
Yeah.
So you talked a little bit about Filipino culture and how it shows up in the healthcare. It kind of seems like a good fit. What specific tendencies can you think of in our culture that I guess show up the most when it comes to the healthcare industry? Why does it make us such a good fit?
Well, we're compassionate, right? And we're very caring, especially to our elderly, right?
Yes.
With all this like mano po, with all that stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
We also apply them to our, healthcare clients or patients, right? So that's why like Filipinos really fit for this kind of work
Yes.
in
Exactly.
healthcare.
And there's that term kapwa,
Kapwa.
sorry,
Yeah.
which I think is also, tied to these traits that
Yeah,
we carry,
like we're
right?
united, we're one. We're, like
Exactly.
you said, compassionate. I think that's the best word to use when
Yes.
describing,
Agreed.
you
And then
know.
also, like, we're also one of the cultures where, like, when our elders get older,
Yeah.
We keep them.
we keep them.
Yes.
They stay with
Yes.
us. It,
Yeah,
it
it's
is
very
like
true.
it goes without saying. It doesn't. We don't send them
Well,
off.
it's the same care that we do to others,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
as well as how we care to our loved ones,
Absolutely.
right?
Exactly.
So,
That parallel.
yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Amazing. So you said that Filipino workers were had a big impact when it came to the pandemic. So how are those contributions, how do you think they should be acknowledged? How do you think they should be remembered? Why was that such an important time for, I guess, our culture? I feel like we were really showcased during that time. So what can you say about that?
Well, the work that they did during the pandemic is like really spectacular, right? They worked 3 jobs, all has risk of getting, COVID at that
Yeah.
time. But because of their compassion,
Yeah.
they still think of others instead of like their own,
Yeah.
right?
Absolutely.
So they were there, like at the beginning up to the end, right?
So admirable.
I think it should be like recognized, like Filipino workers should be recognized.
And they also do it with a smile on their face.
I know.
Yeah.
We
You
crack
know?
jokes while we're doing
Yeah.
right? Some of the hardest jobs that will still make you laugh.
Yes.
Very true.
Yeah.
Very true. What do you think, or what do you want Filipino healthcare workers to know and to understand about their power and potential?
So there's a lot of room, right, to demonstrate their power. They have to step up and get their voices out. All they need to do is step up and speak up, right? They have SEIU Healthcare at their back.
Yeah.
That's why union is important too.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Now's the time,
I know,
for
right?
sure.
What kind of changes have you seen from an environment that has changed from non-unionized to unionized?
Well, union protects them to get exploited, have a safe work, and then fair treatment. Union ensures dignity, safety, and better pay at work, right? I will share my story.
Please.
Yes, please do.
So
Everyone get their tissues.
as a union rep working in a trauma hospital, I worked with a member in their late 60s who was willing to return to work coming from a sick leave of absence.
Oh.
The member required a work accommodation that their manager was unwilling to provide. They discussed their concern with me as their union rep. We spoke to the manager on their behalf. However, the work accommodation request was again denied. We filed a grievance on behalf of that member, and it was still denied. However, HR contacted the member and offered a retirement package that they accepted. Without the help of the union, the member would have been terminated from the job without financial
God.
settlement. So how can you, as a healthcare worker, protect your rights in your workplace if you don't have a union?
Yeah.
Right? So, reason why I'm saying this, it is really important that you have someone that can protect you, right?
Yeah.
Because without a union, again, that member can be just like walked out without anything.
That's
Yeah.
a great story. That
Eh,
gave me goosebumps.
And she's in her late 60s, right?
Oh man.
So, yeah, so it's good thing that she came to us and we gave the support.
My goodness.
love.
I mean, if anything you heard here today didn't sell you on,
Yeah,
like
no,
this would have been
honestly.
it. But I'm sure you've encountered a lot of people who are still hesitant to join a union. What do you have to say to these people who would still be on the fence?
Form a union, right? Build support from your coworker. Ask them what they want to improve at their workplace, right?
Great start. Yeah.
Come to us, SEIU Healthcare. We can let them know on how to form a union.
Yeah.
I can give you our website. It's seiuhealthcare.ca. You can go to that website, ask for an organizer that you can speak to for them to start on how to build and form a union at your workplace.
Wow.
So important. And just hearing that too, that just makes me think of like anytime you're in a room, any conversations, you know, when sometimes you're thinking something,
Yeah.
but you're too shy to say it. All it takes is one other person in that conversation to confirm or
for you,
advocate,
yeah.
you know what I mean, what you're thinking. And then again, action to movement, right? So really great.
What kind of support can a worker expect from SEIU when they first reach out?
An organizer will reach out to them and get connection, and then from there they'll meet, and then organizer will explain the process of forming a union, and then from there they go.
Wow. So it's pretty hands-on.
Yeah.
Sounds like it's pretty hands-on. They pretty much the first step is just to reach out, and then SEIU has you from there. So they're taking care of you from day one.
Literally.
There you go.
Yeah.
That is
Until we get the vote.
Yeah. Wow.
As long as you build your power with your coworkers,
Yeah.
Yeah.
build the
All it
power,
takes is one.
and then get out to vote.
There you go.
What would you say gives you the most hope when it comes to Filipino healthcare workers in the industry right now?
Well, we have lots of Filipino healthcare workers.
Yeah.
Again and again, and I've said it already at the beginning. Speak up. Let them hear your voice.
Yeah.
There's
Isn't it
strength
what
in numbers.
Katahimik?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? Absolutely. There's so much strength in numbers, and I think that's you're touching on that consistently in what you're saying. It's just like there's so many of us. It almost seems ridiculous not to, right?
Yes, yeah.
Not to step up.
For sure.
It's almost it seems inevitable that one of us or some of us would be leaders in this
Yeah.
industry, correct? Like you have your VP of the API caucus, your senior organizer, you've supported how many people, right? Countless
Yeah.
people
Yes.
in the work that you do. You're in a leadership role. Look at Michael. Michael's the example.
Representation right
Be
there.
like Michael.
Doing it well.
That's your
Killing it.
Tia, that's your Tito.
Right?
He's not nervous. He's killing it.
Right? That's amazing. And okay, I'm just so curious because I know it almost seems like inevitable when you're Filipino that you would naturally want to become a healthcare worker. What made you want to join the healthcare industry in the first place?
So my sister is a nurse. I have a brother that's a doctor back home.
Oh, nice.
I didn't make it to that professional level. However, like I get into it because like we're always at the hospital,
Yeah.
right? Not as a patient,
Yeah.
but like
Are they older than you?
I'm the youngest of 10.
Hey, shut up, Bunso.
Bunso
There you
energy
go.
right there. You see that?
Yeah.
Wow.
So
Amazing.
you watched them growing up. And,
Growing up.
Yeah.
Yes.
There you
So
go.
the natural thing to do. That's
Yeah.
fantastic.
Unions like SEIU do exist. That support does exist out there for API.
Yeah.
And now that we're more versed in it, we can share.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
My goodness. Thank you so much for your time today.
Thanks
and
for having
joining
me.
us. Of
Yes.
course.
Thank you.
maraming
goodness.
salamat.
Yeah, maraming salamat. Salamat sa lahat.
Salamat.
Salamat sa lahat. There we go.
Salamat sa lahat. Wait,
Our Filipino phrase of the week.
Yeah.
1 point
Amazing.
for Cam.
I know, right? Okay, so right here, if you missed it the first time, SEIU Healthcare website where you can get involved. I'm moving my hands because I think this is where the box is going to go.
You're doing
For the
great.
text,
You're
right?
doing great.
It's like up in the
I'm
top
getting,
left.
I'm getting
Don't do
the
that to me.
vision.
Put it right here. So this is the website if you
Imagine
want to
they
get
didn't
involved.
put it right there.
That would be so rude.
Yeah.
Because you can do that. But yes, please visit the website for more information on the summit as well. We'll have our links actually at the bottom in the description of this episode. So feel free to click and get involved. If you have any questions, of course, reach out to us, reach out to them on social media, SEIU. You can email them, all that fun
Yeah,
stuff.
and remember he said it starts with a call. So
There you
call
go.
in, get your questions in.
1 call away.
One
There you
call
go.
away.
You deserve more than thanks.
Yes.
You deserve power, spoken by the man himself.
Love it.
All right, and on that note, guys,
Ingat.
ingat.
Got a little